Hello guys and welcome back. I'm just gonna put on the last block here on the foremast, and it's probably easier if I turn the ship around. Let's see here. Alright, there we go. It's supposed to be up here. Make sure that it's straight. I'm just gonna do I don't know what it's called, what knot this is. Whoopsie. And then just a normal knot here again. I don't know if you can see anything. Come on. There we go. Right. So, just making sure that everything is going to be nice and straight before I give it a small amount of glue. And now I'm just going to take the mast off because it's easier to make everything straight. Make sure that the thread is even spaced between the other block. Alright, so, and then I'm just going to give it a small dab of glue here at the front where the knot is. I'm making the knot behind the block because then you're not going to see it as much if you do it otherwise in other places. And then you just cut off the ends. There we go. And there we go. So this is the first mast, the foremast, which is all done. We're going to make 2 yards here as well, and 2 booms. One up and one down, boom. And these small ones that I made is for the yards. Let's see if I can get it up. Like so. As you can see, they have kind of like a small fork kind of thing. I don't know, hope you can see it. So you need to, when you do the yard, you need to drill 2 holes in the yard, and then they will go into this one, and then you will tie it up along with the blocks and whatnot. But this is the first mast all done. Obviously, of course, the bowsprit is all done as well. I made a mistake when I did the bowsprit. You see this eye bolt here. That's supposed to be down here. So I'm just going to drill a hole and put it down here. I'm just going to leave that one because, you know, a little extra detail never hurt. And then we need to put chains from that eye bolt down to here, and chains from here to here. So all sorts of stuff that still needs to be done, obviously. But this is it for the first of the mast. I also have the second mast here that I prepared on my lathe, and we still need the mizzen mast, and we need to do the booms, and we need to do the yards. So there's still a lot of work for the lathe, but I just wanted to you know, get started on the on all the masts and stuff, so we can start rigging. I'm also thinking about rigging this once this is done here, and I made the yards. I'm thinking about just starting rigging this one, and then move to that one. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, thank you for this time, and I will see you next in the next Fram video. Bye.